If you take the example of Uttar Pradesh, as that graphic showed in our news report, 60% of the violence is happening in places where bypolls are due very soon. So there is an implicit political hand in it. One. B, political leaders have begun paratrooping to places the slightest hint of trouble. They are not going there to douse the flames. They are there to polarize the situation and gain maximum mileage. So there is a politics behind the fanning of riots. It's easy, low level, lowest common denominator kind of politics. And so therefore, I'd like to just begin by asking this question. By the way, Jainara and Vyasa of the BJP and GVL Narismara of the BJP. We have two BJP voices on the program tonight, so completely balanced on that. Madhukar Jaitley of the Samajwadi Party. Sanjay Jha is with me on the panel. Kamal Farooqi, political analyst formerly with the Samajwadi Party. My first question is to DP Tripathi of the NCP. Good evening, sir. Good to see you on Newshour tonight. Now, Mr. Tripathi, whether or not anyone allows a discussion in Parliament on this issue, that's another subject. But the facts, the numbers do bear out the fact that incidents of communal violence have been on the rise since the Modi government came to power. Question is, who do we blame? Narendra Modi, Akhilesh, or someone else? But there has been an increase. Mr. Tripathi, let's begin the debate with you.
Arnav, I want to take it to a higher responsible level than blame. See, one thing is obvious. What you said just now, that after Modi government came in power at the center, there has been unprecedented rise in the communal violent incidents. And not merely in Uttar Pradesh, even in Maharashtra, where we are ruling, we are in the government and our party has the home portfolio, there have been more than 167 incidents of communal violence, beginning with the cold-blooded murder of the young techie,
in Pune.
So this is what is in Pune. This is what has happened, and it is not merely in Pune. In several other parts of Maharashtra, these incidents have taken place, and people have been killed, people have been injured.
Yeah.
Now, this psychological aspect of hatred and polarization and negativity has been has seized the collective consciousness, it seems. And this is the biggest danger.
Yeah,
and it is the responsibility of the concerned state governments and the central government.
No, but both the center. No, you see now who's at power in Delhi? It's the BJP, which has played a role in fanning the flames in many situations, like in Moradabad. The BJP was simply trying to make a political issue out of a communal situation. And who's in power in Uttar Pradesh? Mr. Madhukar Jaitley will bear with me. It's Akhilesh. You know, who has been able to do nothing. Now, Mr. Jaitley, let's go into who takes responsibility, because it's got to be either of the two sides, either of the BJP or Samajwadi Party or both. Because in Western Uttar Pradesh, which witnessed riots in September in Muzaffarnagar and Shamli, where 5 assembly seats are to go to the election soon, 259 incidents of communal violence since 16th of May. What is your government doing? Why is it allowing it to happen, and how long will you blame others? Mr. Jaitley.
You see, Arnav, I would like to say that since the earlier incidents which you have reported just now, in many of the incidents, or rather all the incidents, we have seen that the BJP leaders have been responsible. Government has taken whatever preemptive steps it could take. Now, with regard to the recent development that has taken place in Meerut, let me complete first. With regard to the recent development that has taken in Meerut today or day before yesterday, the girl which had lodged, the girl's father who had lodged the FIR, he lodged 2 FIRs, one on the 31st of July and the second on the 3rd of August. In both the FIRs, the statements were contradictory. His both FIRs were against statements were against each other, and the BJP, which without ascertaining the facts, gherowed the police station, tried to communalize the situation, and the investigation was not being completed by the police, and they jumped to conclusion. So the fact of the matter is, whether you said about Muzaffarnagar
Rao.
now, the Supreme Court judgment, the Supreme Court judgment in which on page 71, the Supreme Court judgment, you had accused the Samajwadi Party in December 2013. When you said the Samajwadi Party is responsible, the Supreme Court went through all the facts of the matter and all the PILs that were lodged against the state government in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court categorically named the 3 BJP MLAs, Mr. Bharendu, Mr. Suresh Rana and Mr. Sangeet Som. So the fact of the matter is there have been number of evidences available in the past.
Sir, don't.
And even today,
Sir,
the BJP
sir, this,
leaders
sir,
are responsible.
Mr. Mr. Jaitley, Mr. Jaitley, Mr. Jaitley,
named in the FIR.
Mr. Jaitley,
the state government has arrested all
no,
the
no,
people.
Mr. Jaitley, Mr. Jaitley, you know what? Fine, your government has been woefully silent on this issue. Your government is quick to pass the buck. Allow me to complete. In cases of rape, but in this incident, A, you have been totally silent. A. B, there has not been a single statement from your government in the Meerut case on whether or not this is a case of religious conversion. Right? You have not spoken of, one second, 1 minute.
No, it is not a case of religious.
Okay, so, no, but then these matters need to be dealt with. And
don't sensationalize no. It is not a case of conversion at all.
Well, then your government must come out and say so. Your failure to act.
I'm saying
and I am on the point of your failure to act, and the BJP representatives can answer you about in whichever way they want. My question is your failure to act has given an opportunity to certain elements to raise communal passions and create law and order issues. But at the moot point, we have a government that does nothing. Then we have a group of people who parachute to every place where there is trouble and try to fan a communal fire. It's a classical situation. Mr. Jaitley, you must take 50% of the blame if you're going to put 50% on the BJP. Now Mr. Rao will respond to that. Mr. Rao will now respond. Mr. Rao now. Mr. Rao turn to respond.
I think let them now listen to others.
Let Mr. Rao respond, sir.
It only happens in this country. It only happens in this country that the two parties which are ruling Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra, which are totally culpable in this case, totally responsible for maintaining law and order, they fail in their duty and then they blame somebody else for their lack of performance.
Because
I think they have made this an electoral strategy. Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra have been topping this negative list of communal violence. Not now, in 2013, in 2012, and the years before when UPA was in power at the center. I think it has become fashionable for everyone to use the BJP as a punching bag, use it as a punching bag and indulge in naked electoral politics. The Samajwadi Party does not believe in fair play. They do not treat problems with all communities equally. They have been playing blatant electoral politics. And that's the reason why we have had Muzaffarnagar. That's the reason why we have had repeated incidents of communal violence. They must find out the root cause of the problem.
Party was not held guilty.
A fixed match, I say, a fixed match between the BJP and the Samajwadi Party, where one party acts as running a state government which does nothing, and the other party tries to take advantage of a polarized situation. The fact of the matter is, as far as the Samajwadi Party is concerned, rape does not matter to them, but anything involving communal tension or religious divide gets you all excited, because religious divide and communal tension is a vote catcher. You know, on 16th of July, Madhukar Jaitley, and it's time you accept the reality, a Dalit woman was gang raped and set on fire in Itawa village by 5 men who visited the victim at her husband's home and told her that her brother had sent them to fetch her. Police filed an FIR and arrested 2, 3 are still on the run. What has your government done on that? Absolutely nothing. You remember the Nanglamal area in Meerut, the riots which had happened then, police are still searching for the rioters involved. In terms of concrete action, Mr. Madhukar Jaitley, you do nothing. You do nothing. But you will then go ahead and debate this issue ad nauseum with the BJP, and you are allowing riot after riot to take place in BJP.
Wherever there are elections, by-elections,
they are incompetent.
BJP
No.
is strategically behind these.
No,
these
as far as no,
If they cannot run their government,
both of you are hand in glove.
let them resign. Let them resign from government if they cannot run the administration.
So Mr.
They cannot blame somebody else for their
Mr.
failure.
Narasimha Rao,
Law and order is
Mr.
a state
Narasimha
subject.
Rao, with all responsibility, I am saying this: you are both hand in glove on this.
Behind it. Why are your leaders holding demonstrations outside the police stations when the investigation is not yet complete?
Come on, demonstrations. You cannot find fault with a proper demonstration. You fail in your duty. You do not govern the state properly. You do not treat all problems, all communities equally. You play partisan electoral politics. You play electoral vote bank politics. And you want the people of the country to simply remain and watch, and to be mute spectators.
A fixed match going on between the BJP and the Samajwadi Party, and they expect the media to take sides on this. Anyone who at this point of time expects the media to take sides in a fixed match is being foolish. It is. I am not wrong, sir. I am not wrong. Let us not forget.
You are wrong.
Sir, you are.
We have won.
Sir, you are both wrong.
We have won UP on the principle of development, on the issue of development. It is the parties which pursued vote bank politics. They have really met their electoral end.
Just a minute. The question is
they have
simple.
been routed.
What is Sanjeev Balyan booked for the Muzaffarnagar riots?
A question to Narasimha Rao. We won UP on development, says Mr. Narasimha Rao. Now, I repeat, both of you are wrong. You're both playing a fixed match, and eventually both of you will stand exposed, so correct yourself. Don't expect the media to take sides on this. I don't know the kind of development during the Moradabad protest. The root cause was a loudspeaker, and the BJP went to town over a loudspeaker being taken off a temple by a district administration. Consider the causes of the incidents of communal violence in the recent part in Uttar Pradesh. They are all very local in nature, but with a bit of political help, Kamal Farooqi and Jainara and Vyas, with a lot of political help, in fact, they have escalated. So both these politicians are deliberately escalating any possibility of communal violence that happens even in a very localized way.
There's one more point which, if you permit me, that Mr. Narasimha Rao should answer, is that in many cases the BJP leaders have been blamed, have been held responsible by the courts and by various civil society organizations who went to study these communal violence in Muzaffarnagar, in Moradabad, in other areas. So this is a matter of great concern.
So Mr. Farooqui, let's let Mr. Farooqui and Mr. Jainara and Vyasin
doing this. Many NGOs were doing it at the behest of the Congress party.
Mr. Rao,
so they are not an independent voice.
Mr. Rao, you can win any number of elections, okay? Tomorrow you can win 80 seats out of 80, or Mulayam Singh Yadav can say that I am now going to come back as Chief Minister for life. I'll still ask you, and Kamal Farooqui, the concern is this: 605 low-key communal clashes have taken place between May 16th and July 25th, right? That's a period of 2 months and 10 days, which means on an average there are 8 to 10 to 12 low-key communal clashes that have taken place every day. 10 to 12 communal clashes every day, Kamal Farooqui, and we see these two parties doing this tutu meme on a daily basis. They don't take responsibility at all. How long will we remain bystanders? How long will people like you, Mr. Farooqui, remain bystanders to this?
No, it's very unfortunate, Arnab, in fact, that particularly BJP is trying to communalize the whole thing in such a fashion that, number one, a small incident which has no communal overtone, they will suddenly try to make it a big pro, as in the case of the Meerut, in fact. Nobody will support any rapist. Nobody will be side with the rapist. But suddenly they would find a cause in it, and all those people who were responsible in Muzaffarnagar, they will jump on the thing and they will have a meeting over there. Look at the Moradabad incidents, in fact. It was all settled. Even the BJP MP was involved into it. And it was settled that the loudspeaker issue will be resolved, and on 3rd August it will be there. But suddenly, after going back from there, they went to the Moradabad, and BJP did not allow it. And ultimately the poor DM has to lose his eye. In fact, they have not
What
been in a
for
position
CM?
to
He's
even comment
responsible.
on some of
He's
the very
responsible
dangerous,
for all
very
misgovernance.
dangerous.
I don't know if you're trying to get back to SP.
Please.
I don't know if you've been thrown out of Samajwadi Party. Maybe you're trying to find, you're trying to curry favor with them again.
When you were talking,
Please
I was
don't
keeping
blame
quiet.
the BJP.
Arnab,
leaders.
let Mr. Faruqi complete.
Arnab, ask
You
him to
cannot
remain
make-
quiet, in fact.
Mr. Rao, let Mr. Faruqi complete. He heard you.
Patience.